We're back with two members of Femprov in the flesh, Terry Sand and Carol Roberts. Hi.
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 Now, are you really looking for a job? Or were you successful?
Well, when I was in character in that bit, I was really looking for a job, but now I am gainfully employed as a month ago in my real person's life, and I'm so happy with the company that I'm with that I'm not looking for a job anymore, and I'm hope that I have a job when I come back because I was real late to work today, so I might be tomorrow.
We'll put a good word in with your employer. What about you, Carol? Did you find a job?
Well, I like to schlep on public transportation, and I do it to my job. I am a legal typist in Embarcadero Center. Hi, Sybil. Whichever, Mike, that's my boss. I love my job. I like typing just as much as improv.
Okay, speaking of improvisation, let's get serious for a minute.
Yes.
Now, people who haven't been to improvisational groups, companies before don't really understand how it works, but you actually go on stage and you don't have a script and you depend on audiences to give you suggestions. What is that like? Is that frightening for you?
Oh, it's not frightening at all. I think it's very exhilarating. You get the opportunity as a performer to get to write, direct, and act all at the same time. And there's something called the improv god, and when he's on your side, it's like a magical experience because all your inhibitions are set aside, and it's just so much fun that it's never frightening.
Do you rehearse? Do you have actual rehearsals where you work out anything?
Let me tell you, improv is not how it seems. First of all, we cheat a little bit. You see, we take your suggestions and plug them into structures that already exist. We ask you for an occupation, and you might say, diaphragm salesman.
For example,
this is a blue station,
a typical occupation.
And we'll plug that into something we've already devised. We might be doing a skit on someone is reading from a book of plays and the other person doesn't have a play. So we use your suggestions, but we have structure.
Carol, now, in addition to Femprov, you also do stand-up.
I certainly
For example, you have a T-shirt on that I would love people to see because it's quite unique. It's called Food Sexual. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your T-shirt?
Well, it says food sexual, come out of your refrigerator, because I am a food sexual, and, well, if we are consenting adults into M&Ms, which is appropriate because Viacom is on cable television on Folsom Street. Anyway.
Speaking of Folsom Street.
Food sexuals get into the M&Ms, and would you like to masticate now?
I would love to.
On the air,
as long as we can
wanted
do
to.
it. Without the censors having.
My act's kind of campy and rude. I abuse my audience, and it makes me happy.
That's great.
And I'm happy.
Terry, you were a dancer before you joined Femprov. How did you go from dancing into comedy?
Well, I got to the point that my bunions got so painful that it was either laugh or cry, and I chose to laugh and just got into comedy because I think that dance lends itself to humor very naturally, and it gave me a good background to start investigating and doing comedy. I think that movement is pretty much the funniest thing that that you can do as an art expression, and
in the bedroom,
in the privacy of your home, hopefully. And from there, if you can dance, you can also, be funny also with, words. Hopefully you learn to talk because dancers can talk, and most people don't believe that they can talk.
Well, I was a dancer, and it took me a very long time to be able to open my mouth.
I know doing pirouettes at social gatherings just doesn't cut it. Let's face it.
And being a comedian really is
You're
more
socially acceptable, and you don't have to be as tall.
That's true.
Yes.
Do you do any kind of choreography with a group or teach them how to do movement? Does that ever come up where they...
I kick them around a lot on stage when they're my way.
We have opening numbers where we do satirical songs, and Terry tries to get our hand motions coordinated, and it usually works for everyone but me.
She has some synapse problem where the voice and the movement don't coordinate, but we're working on it, and she's going to be all right. We're happy she's going to be all right. Now,
in addition to the two of you, there are 3 other members of Femprov.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Pat. Hi, Janine.
How do you all work together as a group? Do you one person lead it, or do you all have equal say in what goes on?
Well, we have rehearsals once a week at Terry's house where we all eat a lot of popcorn and have herbal tea. And that's where we make all our democratic decisions.
No alcohol, that's out of the question?
No, but my manager who lives next door thinks that we're having prayer meetings, so once in a while during rehearsal we do yell, hallelujah, just so she's happy. She isn't quite sure what these women are doing in there.
There's no leader to the group, though. We
No.
delegate all the responsibility, and we shift around the bad jobs.
You know, you also do, when I was at your show, I noticed that you get the audience to do some performing themselves. You actually go on the stage and sometimes ask them to sing a song or recite a couple of lines of poetry. And how do the people like that? Do they go for it, or do they get very shy?
We've never had a problem with an audience being shy, actually. You know, once you get them on stage, something, well, back to the improv god, seems to happen. You know, people want that opportunity just to let go and just to do anything they've ever imagined and have it be okay. And it's fun because it involves the people that have come to see your show. And we've really had no problem ever encouraging people that we use, you know, volunteers in certain pieces for.
What kind of places do you perform in the city?
Comedy clubs.
Comedy clubs.
What are
mainly.
some of those places?
Holy City Zoo, Cobb's Pub, The Other Cafe. Is that it?
That's it. Well, no, there are others. You know, there's a circuit of clubs pretty much.
I
But
do my
for us-
stand-up at Fanny's, but that's
You're also
not really
doing
a
something
comedy
at
club.
the Plush Room?
I'm going to be at the Plush Room on Monday, February 8th with Jane Dornacker. That's doing stand-up.
I'm going to be typing in about a half hour on Bush Street.
So we better hurry up and get you back. Terry, I don't know how your M&Ms are. I see you've already removed those, but I want you to know, Carol, that they do not melt in your hands, just as the commercial said.
They don't stain your sheets either.
But they
which is
could
a
maybe
beautiful
melt
thing.
in the shirt, because
Uh-huh.
it is a hot shirt.
Do you want to take a look at this shirt
Well,
before we go?
Maybe before we go. It is the Femprov T-shirt that will be a collector's item in future generations, and you can rub M&Ms on it, and it won't hurt it.
It comes in black and bubble gum,
And bubble
which I
gum.
think is a nice color.
Well, it's
See?
wonderful.
So wherever you find us, you'll also find the shirts that are for sale, and we'll dunk them in a bucket of water if you like your shirts wet.
Terry, Carol, thanks a lot for joining us.
Wendy,
Good luck
thanks.
at Femprov, and if you want information about Femprov, you can call Cobb's Pub, because they usually know where they are.
Or
you
check the Sunday Date Book, page 14
14
for
of the
comedy
Sunday Date Book,
listings.
the
It's a good
comedy
place to
listing.
look.
They'll tell you where it is. And stay tuned, because after a short break, we'll be coming back with this week's theater and film reviews. So don't move.